And with that disconnection of fear, you then throw mobile phones into the mix and anything else that's going to distract people, then it's no wonder people just don't pay attention. It's no wonder people are such zombies when they get into their cars. They get bored. A douchebag today. Got the BMW tailgating the shit out of me from behind. Honestly, I cannot wait to not have to do this bit of the road. Come on, man. In that one moment I had the BMW tailgating the shit out of me after a filter merge, but the WRX trying to race me, and then that arsehole comes flying through, and all of it is just so they can get one car in front. Just this spot protection. Like, it's just bullshit. Like, people just go all out just to protect the spot in front of them. Like, they're just this fear of having another car get in front of them. Ridiculous. Like, how stupid do you have to be? Come on, move over. Oh, another goddamn push bike rider in the bus lane. All over the place. What are you doing? Doing something. I don't know what the hell he was doing, but he had something in his hands, which was obviously far more important than driving. God damn it! Everyone just jumps into this transit lane. God, it's one of those days where everyone's just been a dick blister. It's really painful. I just made that one up, by the way. I can't remember the name of the study, and I can't remember... Make up your mind, dickhead. Oh my god. There's... I can't remember the name of the study, and I can't remember what they called it. There was this study that kind of looked into how people drive their cars in relation to how safe the car is. And what they're sort of saying is the safer the car is, or the safer cars get over the decades, the more reckless people become at their driving. I've got to let the 9 in, of course. And what I was essentially saying was this feeling of being protected and feeling of being secure and safe meant that the outcome was people were more reckless. If they had the sensation of speed and had the sensation of danger, then they're less likely to be reckless. I wonder what exhaust that is. everyone's all over the place today. Such a contrast to the other day when everything was so easy. Today everything's impossible. Thank you. Come on, quit. Seriously. Not only are you blocking, you're gonna freaking sit there and have a chat on your phone. The blocker and a zombie at the same time. That's the worst. Oh, I've never seen this bit this clean though. This is nice. That's usually far more difficult. Someone even let me in. Crazy. Oh, look, even the V-dub's leaving the room. Moved over to the right, leave room, which is awesome. Middle-aged woman. Normally they're the worst. Normally middle-aged women are usually probably the ones that I have the most trouble with. They're not the most aggressive. Tradies, they're the most aggressive. But middle-aged women are more often than not, the ones that are difficult to deal with and just sort of in the way and not paying attention, surprisingly. But even that study, I think that study was done a little while ago now too, so, and a lot's changed I reckon since then. For sake, dude. What a dickhead. As I was saying, people shut the door of their car and they just so disconnected from the outside world that they just turn their brains off. They just make the stupidest moves and the dumbest decisions. Like, it's really surprising. You know what I love about this thing is just not having to rev it out. Just being able to get on the gas and just smash through the gears without having to sort of make a hell of a lot of noise. It does it with so little effort. Don't move. Stay there. Stay there. And I reckon it's not as much about safety. Like, it's about safety. It's definitely about people feeling safe, and therefore they get reckless. Like, I get that. But I reckon it's gotten even worse by how comfortable people feel in their cars, and particularly the sound. Like, if you sit in an older car, like even a car that's sort of 20 years old, something early 2000s, late 90s, and you drive around in that, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of wind noise. So many cars these days, you get into them and they're just silent. Like, you can't hear a thing. There's no wind noise, there's no road noise, and you're just completely inside this little bubble. Is this bus actually trying to change lanes, or is he just... goddamn cement trucks. Come on! I don't know if he was letting me in or not, or whether he was just lazy or even on his phone, who knows. But he left a gap, so I better thank him for it. Sometimes when you get traffic like this that isn't ordinarily this dense at this time of day, you get heaps of people in the left lane hanging all the way over to the right because they want to have a look and see what's happening, see what the traffic is. But it obviously makes it a real pain in the ass for motorbike riders to filter past. Oh God, this guy's definitely on his phone. Rise of the left room, thank you. Yeah, there's something going on. Penno Road. these days cars are so heavy compared to what they used to be, and a lot of it has to do with sound deadening. The effort that car manufacturers go to these days to keep the cars quiet is crazy, and they've probably got an extra 200 kilos of shit in them that's just, to keep them quiet. And obviously all of that makes for a more comforting experience, but it just more and more disconnects them from the outside world and disconnects them from what they're actually doing. And the fact that they're, belting through the air at 100 kilometers an hour, they're so removed from that that there's no fear. No one fears driving. I mean, how many people do you know that tell you, "Oh, Jesus, scary"? Drove to work the other day and it was scared the shit out of me. No one says that because they're not scared of it, because they're so familiar to it. Like, it's such a, they do it every day and they're so used to it. Is he going to come over? I'm not sure if he's coming over. Took too long to make his decision. Whereas on a bike you're very much in touch with that. So, and with that disconnection of fear, you then throw mobile phones into the mix and anything else that's going to distract people, then, it's no wonder people just don't pay attention. It's no wonder people are such zombies when they get into their cars. Then also, being Sydney, you add to the fact that they're in their car for well over an hour, at least. They get bored. And that's the scary bit, because the scary bit is nothing's going to change. You can't do anything about it. Cars are only going to get more and more disconnected from the outside world. Technology is only going to get easier and easier to use at any given moment. So people will only, be more and more distracted, which just means that we have to be more and more on the lookout. We just have to be more predictive, more aware of everything that anyone could potentially do. Anyone who's ridden a bike for any amount of time will tell you that you got to just assume that everyone's out to get you. Assume that everyone's going to do something wrong. Assume everyone's going to screw up your day. And if you make that assumption, then you're at least prepped, so when they do it, you can react with a certain amount of predictability. Filtering at roundabouts is difficult because there's no lights to stop at. I do it if it's a long enough line to it, because you're also going to turn. A set of lights, usually you're going straight ahead, but at a roundabout you're gonna turn, so it doesn't make it so easy to just sort of straight line it through the centre. Holy shit, dude! Freaking Range Rovers. I was talking before about middle-aged women and tradies. Range Rovers, particularly ones with LED headlights. As soon as I see LED headlights scare the shit out of me. My wife said she was interested in Range Rover as the next car. And I felt like saying no, because it kind of gives me a nervous twitch every time I see one. It's just like, oh shit, I'm about to get f***ed up. About to get tailgated. Out to get me. Due for my 10,000k service this weekend. So I'll do it. Should I film it? Should I post it? Is it interesting? Does anyone want to know? Or is anyone just... no one gives a shit? I don't know. Do you service your own bike? Curious. I used to be a mechanic, so I definitely service my own bike and cars and stuff, because basic servicing is not difficult. Follow the instructions. They're all the same. Car, bike, same stuff, just less wheels, more chains. Just one more chain. Motorbikes have handlebars. That's different. If there was ever a definition of squid, someone wearing Ninja 300. It's definitely up there.